Hey there guys, welcome to another video. I am Robbie.
I'm Jye.
And we have done our non-spoiler review for Maze Runner The Death Cure. We are now doing our spoiler-filled talk. So that's a fair warning, we will be talking spoilers in depth for The Death Cure and possibly the first.
All three.
The trilogy.
Pretty much, yeah.
The trilogy. Hope you guys enjoy.
We're running out of time. You've seen what's happening out there.
We're coming up behind! Go! Hang on!
I can handle Thomas. He'll show up eventually.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Alright guys, so jumping straight into it, spoiler-filled talk for The Death Cure. We've already discussed the film and we both loved it.
Mm-hmm.
One of us a bit more than the other, but
You more than me, but still
but
great
we both
film.
loved it. Yeah. So I think the first major thing that struck me with the film was, like I said before, its unpredictability.
Yeah.
Mainly, Teresa's storyline went down a way I did not quite expect to go down.
I'll tell you what. So there was so many times I thought she was safe. The entire thing. I thought they will not end her. I thought she's always in the middle of danger.
Yeah.
She's and then Thomas gets wounded at the end and you think, oh wow, they're going. I personally thought, wow, they're going to kill Thomas.
Mm.
I did not see that
ending
coming at all with the building collapse. That was really out of left field. And I thought that was probably the ballsiest move of the film.
Yeah. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
I remember, and that's the bit I was saying in our non-spoiler review when I was saying, they set up moments that seem predictable,
Mm-hmm.
and that was one, and then pull the rug out from under you.
Of course.
That was one of the moments I was thinking of the most. When, it reminded me a lot of Aliens, when, Newt and Ripley are escaping from the Queen, and they go up the elevator, and they arrive on the top there, and Bishop's not there, and then he rises up from the fire, and they get rescued at the last minute. Spoilers for Aliens.
I was going to say, happening right here.
Yeah. Here, they start off the exact same way. They've defeated the bad guys.
Yep.
Thomas and Teresa are on the top of the building. It's all ablaze. They get there and they're trapped. They can't go back down because the building's on fire. And they're like, oh, we're stuck. And they're like, 3, 2, 1. Yep, there's the ship. And it arrives and okay, they're both going to be safe. And then when they saw them stumble, they're like, oh, hang on. Maybe Teresa's going to get on and Thomas falls.
That's exactly right. That's what I thought.
And then I was like, and then when I saw Brad and Thomas, oh yeah, okay, it's going to go the way I thought it was. They're both going to get off.
And then I thought he was going to grab her.
Yeah, and then the very next second, that building just collapses, and it's got that
the music cuts.
The music cuts.
Yep.
And it's got that wonderful moment of Teresa looking at Dylan, at Brian, at Thomas.
Yes. Both
of them knowing exactly what's about to happen, and you can see she doesn't even bother trying. She knows she's not going to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And just the fact that she pretty much surrenders herself to what's coming.
But you're right, just because it is set up as that cliche happy ending, to see this, it was refreshing, to be honest.
Exactly, and one thing I love about this, which I do give The Hunger Games some credit for, as well as, obviously, Harry Potter, which I adore, in situations like this, you can't have every single main character, no matter how beloved they are, make it out alive. Mm-hmm. It's just too unrealistic. And I think they picked... it's gut-wrenching, but I think they picked the right choices. Being Teresa and Newt being the two main ones.
This is a film that doesn't hold back on killing likeable characters.
Mm.
Newt was arguably my favourite.
Newt is my favourite.
And his storyline's heartbreaking.
Seeing Newt in the first two now, it kills me just so I know how he's going to end up. Because it's a tragic death.
Oh, it is.
He doesn't get a hero's death. He goes down very horribly.
Yeah, he gets sick and he's in pain and then...
And he tries killing his friend and it pretty much... His friend has to kill him or get killed. I'm like, that is horrible.
Yeah.
And Newt to Thomas is not just, one of the other people from the Glade where they were just allies. Like, Newt is his... Not just his best friend, but like his brother through the whole thing.
Yeah. Although he does try to have the hero's death, he tries to sacrifice himself for the good of...
And Thomas doesn't let him.
He does,
because he wants to try and save him.
Exactly.
And there's that one moment when... actually, it's right after when Newt tries to commit suicide, and Thomas
spots the gun.
Yeah, the gun out of Newt's hand, and Newt for a few seconds turns into a full-on crank, and he has that really horrible scream.
Yeah.
And you're just like, God, just seeing Newt, who I love so much, turn into this creature was horrible.
Jarring. It really worked for the film. Like that is something I didn't expect.
Absolutely,
at all.
yeah. And the fact that... Okay, another thing that I thought was great, which for a second I was like, oh God, we're going into predictable territory, is that Thomas is the only one that has the blood that can save the human race. That's left very open-ended. You don't know if he actually does.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I was actually thinking that. I was thinking, surely he cannot be the only one. You'd think there would be more.
And there will be more.
And then at the very end, he has the vial, and
it just cuts, and like, does he do anything with it or doesn't he?
Exactly.
Okay, so I mentioned the non-spoiler review that I cried in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I got emotional during Newt's actual death scene, like I said, because he's my favourite character. But it was Newt's letter that got to me.
Yeah.
Really got to me. And I was already starting to tear a bit just when Vince, Barry Pepper's character, when he's like, this safe haven is for us, but then he looks at he refers to the memorial stone.
Yep.
He's like, but this is for all the ones that we lost. And you see all the names of everyone throughout the series.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, there was Albie and Chuck, and then on top of that you put on, and then on top of that, they got Newt's voiceover, which I have to say, Dylan O'Brien's reaction when he opens the letter was so genuine. How, I can't imagine what it'd be like, but, if he didn't know that was coming, the letter. He didn't know it was in the little bullet thing that Newt gives him.
Yeah.
So when he opens it up, and he sees it's a letter, and it's got Newt's name on it, he kind of like puts it down, and he kind of like puts his hand up, he's like...
Oh yeah, almost
trying to...
readying himself.
And not just readying himself, but almost like, oh my God, like... His heart just almost breaking, because this is his friend from the dead pretty much talking to him.
And one thing I did mention in the Scott Charles review was that I thought Dylan O'Brien wasn't as strong as actor as he was in the first one. He's much better in this third one, than, for me anyway, than he was in the Scott Charles. But the standout actor I thought easily was Newt.
Yeah.
Easily. Like, even just in general conversation and the way, like, his mannerisms, his facial expressions, he was a standout.
So good. Because I was saying up until now, like when we did our Scott Charles review, that Newt, aside from Thomas, Newt was my favourite. Because they were tied.
Yeah.
Like, they were tied for me because I love Thomas as well. But this one just put it over the edge, because Newt gives such an emotional performance in this, because he knows he's dying, and he still puts everyone before himself. And there's that one time on the rooftop when he reveals to Thomas that he has the infection.
Yep.
And he says how they're there to save Mino, no matter what the cost. That's what they're there to do.
Yep.
And then the thing that got me in the letter was how he says, when he first saw Thomas going the maze for the first time, he knew that he would follow him wherever he went.
Yeah.
And he says he has. And you think back, and he literally, every single time Thomas goes through something dangerous, Newt is there by his side.
Yeah.
Unfailingly. Yeah, I thought it was one of the best on-screen partnerships I've seen in a long time.
I mean, obviously you have much stronger feelings for the franchise than I do, but yeah, I pretty much agree with what you're saying. Not as felt or strongly as you do, but yeah, like what you're saying is spot
on. Moving away from Newt, as much as I like to keep talking about it.
What do you think about the villain? What did you think
about?
So
that's what I was about to talk about next. Was the film sets up, especially in the Maze Runner, the first one, that Patricia Clarkson is going to be the main villain, and then that still continues in Scorch Trials, even though Aidan Gillen's the main threat.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the pawn.
Yeah. Here in The Death Giver, Patricia Clarkson is not the villain at all.
No. you get a much more heartfelt performance from Patricia Clarkson.
Yeah.
She's still very much the same character she was, but you see a different side to her, and she goes down at the hands of Aidan Gillen.
Yeah. But this is the thing about the villains, as you mentioned in the previous reviews. What they're doing isn't exactly evil. Like, they are trying to fix everyone.
Yeah,
they are trying to fix the world.
Except for maybe Aidan Gillen. His motives become selfish at the end.
Well, yes, when it's revealed he's in fact infected. Yeah, that is true. But Wicked, as a corporation, like, what they're trying to do is... They're going about it horribly.
Yeah.
But they are trying to just cure the virus.
And in the first two Maze Runners, when every time they say Wicked is good, you're like, okay, that's obviously setting up contradictory... Wicked is bad. They are wicked. They actually meant Wicked is good.
Yeah.
The initials mean nothing. It's just coincidence that they're called Wicked.
Yeah.
Because it actually stands for something else. which obviously that was the author's intent, was to call him wicked, and it was a bit, tongue-in-cheek almost.
Right.
But that final battle with Aidan Gillen was fantastic, how he sets the crank on him.
Oh yeah, it's hard to actually pinpoint one certain bit from that whole last act, because once it starts, it's going. It just continues.
The city just goes up in flame.
The scene of the wall being blown up and everybody entering was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then one bit that I thought was really striking was when, I believe it was Thomas and it could have been Galley and go to run out the street and the car just flies past them. That was really out of my sound effect.
You feel
exactly how it went.
You feel like they're in a war zone.
Mm-hmm. It was so violent.
That final act has some of the most striking battle scenes I've seen.
Yeah.
In an action film for a long time.
You actually feel like it is a revolution or like a coup happening.
Exactly.
Like it actually feels like people are dying.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah. Something like we said before. Mockingjay Part 2. What the hell happened there?
Yeah.
That should have been this. We already mentioned Galley, so he's the other big surprise. Galley's back.
I had no idea.
Me neither.
I had no idea Walter was in the film.
No, I did get it slightly spoiled for me, but I thought it was a dream sequence.
Okay.
I walked in, because we both work at cinemas, so I walked in doing a cinema check, and I walked in, and Galley was on screen, but the way it was lit, I thought it was a dream sequence at first.
Yeah.
Especially because I just walked in a moment before, and it was Mino in his vision state.
Yeah.
So I thought he was seeing that, and then I was like, okay, well, I know Will Poulter's in the film. And then, so when I saw him, when I was watching the film properly, and he's got the mask on, I recognised his voice and his hairstyle. I was like, oh, that's Will Poulter.
Okay, yeah. See, I didn't know at all, and when he pulled the mask off, I was confused for a second. I was thinking, hang on a minute,
You're dead.
Yeah, you died violently in the first film.
Yeah.
But he's great in this one.
Yeah, and that's one thing we're saying when we did our Maze Runner spoiler bit at the end was when the movie came out. A lot of the book readers were like, well, Galley's meant to still be in it.
Yes. And
we weren't sure what part he was to play. Now I see why they were so taken aback. He has a big part to play in this final film.
And in the first film, I hated Galley.
He's a jerk.
I hate him. I can't say his character. In this one, he's one of my favourites.
Yeah.
So.
The way he handles Teresa in the first confrontation is because he's so to the point. And then we got Giancarlo Esposito coming back. He's got a smaller role in this one, but he's still very much present. Brandon's got a much more prominent role this time around. They were both great. Then the other big new addition to the cast is Walton Goggins as I can't remember the character's name, but he's the half-turned crank.
Yes, and the makeup on him was phenomenal.
Disturbing.
It's so disturbing. I even turned to you during the film. I was like, this makeup is disturbing. Because he's got half his nose is off. He's got all the tentacle kind of looking stuff coming out of his face.
It's really disgusting.
It's really graphic, and but it looks great.
Yeah, and that word was perfect, like graphic, and that's exactly what the film does. It like we're saying, it doesn't hold back from doing darker things. Yeah, which is what I love about the film so much. The film's trilogy.
2 out of 3 for me. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
and then the opening, which we were saying is is riveting. The whole train sequence.
Yes, so that's the scene I'd walked in on before I saw it.
Right,
So I wasn't sure where that was in the film. Honestly, I thought that was going to be near the end because it seemed so thrilling. Like I walked in and I was like, okay,
it's straight into it.
And then straight up, like that's the first thing you hear, the car bounding over the hill, and then it's straight onto it.
The opening shot, I loved because there's so many because a trilogy has when it's an epic kind of like action adventure movie trilogy like this is, I really don't like when directors kind of pull back from the epicness. Yeah. I'm like, you're making an epic movie, just go for it. And Wes Ball, he goes for it in every single film.
Well, in this one, yeah.
Especially in this one. And it really bugs me when it's the final film of a trilogy, and it starts really quiet. Like you want it to start big because this is the culmination of what we've watched up to this point. Go quiet after the opening scene, but you want a grand opening.
And I think that's the thing that also makes it feel, as I said before, like 3 acts of the same thing. Starting off with this action sequence, like even though there is a time jump from the second to the third,
it still feels like it's a long
flows.
So
it feels like at the end of the Scorched Trials, it's leading straight to this, and it feels good.
Yeah, exactly. And like the beginning of the Scorched Trials feels like it came straight out of the Maze Runner.
Yeah, well,
it does straight up. Yeah. Cool. So those are our overall thoughts on the film. If you want to see our star ratings, go check out our non-spoiler review.
When the hell does it stop?
It stops when we find a cure. Thomas, you can save your friends. Or you can save us all.
Please, Tommy.
Thanks for watching, guys. Those are our spoiler thoughts on Maze Runner: The Death Cure, and that wraps up our series of Maze Runner reviews. That's all 3. That's done and dusted. There's no Maze Runner 4.
No, I wish there was, but I'm glad. It's a nice, tidy ending.
It is. The ending is great.
I hope that no spin-offs. Let's just have it as a trilogy for once. Don't stop adding things, studios.
As always, we'd love to hear what you thought of the film, so leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel, and until next time, we'll see you at the movies.